The next swim on from the point swim on the Old Lake is the table. Now the table swim no longer has a table in, but it did originally have an old wooden picnic table that someone had cobbled together out of bits of sawn down tree, etc. But that has long since gone, rotted away, but the swim has always been known as the table swim. So if you come here expecting a table, you'll be sorely disappointed, but you won't be disappointed in the swim. The swim, again, predominantly we're talking about fishing to the margins in this swim, because as you can see, you've got just so many different spots underneath the foliage and the far side there. You've got small areas of rushes. You've got a bit of everything in this swim, and you look at it and there's almost too many places to cast to, and they're all worth a try, because if one spot gets hammered too much by an angler during 1 week, the fish may stop visiting that for just probably a few days, but they'll still be hugging that far margin, so you can find yourself another little spot that you can bash up. But there is some very obvious spots. At the mouth of the bay here, you've got a lovely cave underneath there. Mouths of bays always are pretty good because the fish are funneled into a narrower area, so you know there's a chance that as they come in they might come across your bait, or as they leave they might come across your bait. But you are funneling the fish from a wider area into a lot of a narrow area, so there's a good chance of catching them. Now, as much as we've talked about fishing the margins on the far side, the margins on this near side are probably one of the most neglected margins on the whole complex, purely because the margins on the other side look better, but the fish don't know they're better. The fish just treat them as margins. Now I can assure you that everywhere around these lakes today, as people take bait off their hair rigs, etc, etc, as they're changing their bait, what do they do with it? They chuck it in the edge. So fish are always finding bait right in the edge. Doesn't matter whether it's your swim or someone else's swim. People are always chucking random bits of bait in the edge. But you can't pay people to drop one right under your rod tips here, which is often a big mistake. The fish still swim round these margins. So if you're struggling, give it a go, because you never know, the fish could be all here and not over there. But lovely swim. Again, clipping up. Very important to get back tight to those margins in the dark. It's something that you need to practice. When people talk about clipping up, sometimes they make it sound ever so easy. It's not as easy as it looks. You have to practice so that you know that as soon as it's dark you can cast and do exactly the same thing, hold the rod exactly in the same way, and the bait will drop in the same place. If you've not practiced it during the day when you can see what's going on, all you're going to end up doing is casting in the trees, having to set up again, which is a pain in the arse, especially in the dark. So, clipped up, look at your margins, superb swim, and again, done numerous fish. Even this week we've had fish up to 39 pounds. You know, so I mean, we talk about a 39 pounder, it's almost as if it's just another 30 pounder. I mean, it's a huge fish, everyone forgets that. But give this swim a go, you won't be disappointed with this swim either. I'm going to say that a lot on this.